Yeah, before I get too far along on my drum making project, I thought I'd make a video to explain the process. I have the rawhide. I've already cut 4 heads out of it for the wooden drum that I'm making, or 2 drums. This has been fleshed and scraped of the grain and soaked and then stretched out so it's, when I cut the circles out, they'll stay somewhat circular. Here's one of the circles that I already prepared for making the drum. I cut this circle, put the hide over the drum like this, stretched it down snugly, marked it about this far down, and then just cut it off. Then I folded it 3 times and trimmed the 2 corners off to give 3 edges, which make 8 tabs like this, where I put a hole. This one's all trimmed. So unfold it, and it's pretty much even. It's got these high spots, so I fold them like this. Now quickly I just cut all the holes in this one. Got about 1/2 inch in. Just a tiny hole big enough for the string to go through. So I fold it 3 times, which ends up in 8 layers, which will make 8 tie points on each drum head, so that it keeps a nice even up and down tie-on strings. A couple more. Just fold it even and just give it a tiny little snip. Your snip will look small, but you're only seeing half of it, and then it'll stretch. So don't be afraid to make it too small. It's easy to make it too big. There, that one is complete. And this is one that I've already tied on. It's still drying. And once I tie it on, I just loosely string it through here. It takes time, so I won't put that on the video. Just string it through, up and down, and then tie a knot. And then you have to go around several times and pull it like this, just a little bit, to take any slack out. I've done this one several times, and then get here to the knot and cinch that up and let it sit for a little bit, and then a little bit of tension that's in there will stretch it. I've gone around this one 7 or 8 times, tightening it little by little by little until it's tight enough, and it's still wet, but it's sounding pretty good. Then after it's dry, I'll take this rawhide cordage and put it through there, but I also twist it like this so that it will dry in a round shape. I just think it looks better when it's all nice and twisted around like that. So it's easier to let the heads dry, and then the tab will stay here, and then you can take the string out and replace this nylon cord with buckskin cordage. And when these are dry, then they won't slip off, and they'll just stay in position right on the head of the drum. But about the body, this is balsam that I found that it had, someone cut it and it rotted out. I was able to clean out the inside and get all the punkiness out. There's a couple hairline cracks in these, and so I didn't want it any thinner. And for the top of the drum, I rounded this part off so there's no sharp edges, and then I rubbed it down with bear fat too. And that's about it for making the drums. So if you find yourself an empty log and got a piece of rawhide, go ahead, make yourself a drum. I hope.